Now, as promised, I have with me the Nanlite Pavotubes 15C. Woohoo! So good. And not just the 15C, I've also managed to pick up the 30C, which is the big one. Look at this guy. Look at this thing. This is 4 foot of goodness, which I am so pumped about. So if you don't want to stick around and see why nearly every YouTuber has been sent these and they're just putting them all in their videos, and you want to know why these have quickly become my most favorite light, and by the way, between you and me, I'm not sponsored. These are paid for with real money, and they are definitely becoming very quickly my most favorite light. So before we jump into any of that about why these lights are awesome, maybe consider subscribing, because I upload awesome videos every week, so please feel free to subscribe. But let's jump straight into what you get when you order these awesome lights and just some of the things they can do. We're gonna have a look here at the 2 foot 4 kit. All the Nanlite tubes come in these bags, whether you get one, 4-pack or a 2-pack, it doesn't really matter. They're all gonna come in these really cool bags with the right amount of accessories. So we're gonna just open the 2 foot pack up here, which comes in this awesome like bag, and it just all folds out here. Now inside you've got 2 places for all your accessories, which we'll have a look at later what it comes with. And then in the middle you've got 1 tube, 2 tubes, 3, 4. This is the 2 foot, and as you can see, this is not misleading at all. It is genuinely 2 foot worth of light. One awesome thing about these are battery powered as well. So not only can you plug these in for like continuous recording, they actually have about a 2-hour battery life. So I can turn these on wirelessly. These 2 little dials right here control everything. So from your settings through everything you want, and you just cycle through it. Now the awesome thing is so many settings on these lights. On the back here, as you can see, there's heaps of writing. This is all the instructions of how the menus work. So if you forget something, just jump on here, cheat sheet. It's awesome. And it comes with a little LCD as well, so you can see what settings you are. Then you can rotate to saturation, then you can rotate to brightness. So we can turn that right up or right down, whatever we want. And then on the back here as well, we can choose daylight, or we can choose a nice warm color as well. You also have special effects, which is quite fun. This is a little cop car here, which is pretty cool. Little special effects there. Dims through, then you got the flasher timer, more options. This is my favorite. This is the cycle mode, which just cycles through them, and then you can choose your speed, timing, whatever you want there. So that is the Nanlite, a quick little rundown for you. So just leave that there. And then the accessories you get with them are pretty much all the same. You get a power brick for every single one of them. You get these awesome attachments. Now this is one way to attach it to a light stand. You can just grab your tube, you put it in. Being clear means you won't see that in shot. So if you're holding this in shot, in frame, which I've got a couple of video examples right here, these were held on with these very clamps, and you cannot tell at all. So I've never had a problem with seeing these in shot. These Nanlites, I actually ordered these months ago before they started popping up on YouTube everywhere, and every YouTuber had them. So I like to think I had the foresight of not getting one sent to me for free, even though I have never been sent anything for free on YouTube. Why not start now? If Nanlite wants to send me something, I'll gladly take it. What I can say is using these on many real world shoots, they have just been such game changers, such performers. Here's a couple of examples of what I've used them for, practicals or even lighting scenes with some colored light. And I actually did a music video for Future Junior, which it's not out just yet as releasing this video, but come September, I will definitely put it in the link below. So if you're watching this in September, check out the links below because you'll see it. But here are some just example shots of how we use these lights. So we did a studio set where we set the lights up in a certain array, and then we just played with the colors of this sick light box we had, and then we had put the tubes up to create some more lights. Sometimes we use them as the key lights, sometimes we just use them as practicals, because these lights are so variable and the colors are awesome. My favorite setting is the lights actually have this cycle RGB color mode, which isn't just a still, and it just cycles through the RGBs, and you can set the timer. So we actually did that for this awesome scene, as you'll see here, where we had him dancing on the light box, and then we wanted to mimic the dance floor with these lights, so we just had them all gone crazy in RGB. Really awesome to have, not just these white lights all the time. It's fun to get a bit of color in there. And I think a fun moment where I realized the versatility of these lights is also just how portable they are with the 2-hour battery life they come with, which is so good. That built-in batteries are my favorite things ever. I wish everything had a built-in battery. It is just so awesome. We went out to this road just for this last minute pickup, just for this key verse in the song, which you'll see in the finished product, and we wanted to light it. So instead of getting the big 120D out and lighting it and running cables and power, we thought, let's just we actually grabbed the 4-foot tube. We went outside and I just got the key grip to just hold it up, and he just held it, put it in the cycle mode, and what this does is, you'll see this shot here, it actually looks like the lights just projecting from the dance floor, which is really cool. We didn't have to have some other light source coming in, which we had to try and figure out a way to do. We could just use that light, hold it above the camera, and they just moved with me, and it actually sold the effect that the light box was giving off these lights, and it looks so awesome. Just that portability of these lights in the packaging you get, all the equipment, the battery life, just awesome. We're starting to, if I ever do a run and gun shoot, I just need one light, I'm starting to bring this, because it's super soft, it's way more controllable. I can dial in my color temperature settings to match the room I'm in, and if it's just a quick piece to camera, why not just hold it up with one hand if you want, or film it, or get someone to hold it. It's really, these neon lights have just blown my expectation away. I will link them down below to where I got them from, and also their website and stuff, so you can see the prices. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but they're also not the most expensive things in the world if you are after that RGB goodness. So right now I have the Amaran Tri-8S softbox with a 35 grid on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the grid off to make this a bit more even. So here you go, so there's a bit more light spill in the background, but that's fine. Taking the grid off just to give it a bit more fair comparison, so you can get a bit better idea of what the soft light will look like in comparison, and we'll compare it to the little neon light. I've got it on the clip, so we'll cycle through those now. So this is the light at 82%. You can see it is significantly not as bright. So that's the first thing. So let's just pump this brightness up a little bit. So here we go. I have upped the settings. I've just upped the ISO to 200 to match the color a bit. So it's not as bright as the aperture, but that's probably a given. But this is the light quality. So I haven't changed the white balance or anything, and they're white balance to the same. This is what the 5200 looks like in light quality, so you can be the judge. I'll put them up side by side. So yeah, to be honest, the light quality is super good, as you can see, and it's quite soft actually. Now just keep in mind, remember, there's no softbox on this at all, and I'm running it at 100%, and it is not at all like, there's no hot spots. It doesn't look like it's a straight light source. It's a really soft light. So that's the awesome thing about what I recommend as well. You can easily give this to someone to just hold up for that couple of seconds if you ever need to do a take. So it is a big recommend in portability in that way. The fact that it's got a built-in battery, and then the light is this soft, and you're not having to put a softbox on top of it. So if you're not looking for super strong output, the 2 foots aren't actually that bad in little portability key lights. So this is on the RGB cycle mode, and I'm just doing this so you can see also what that color and the colors interacting with my skin, and what that does. Obviously all skin's different, so depends on that, but there's just some examples for you so you can see as well. So the verdict on these lights is really from being practicals in a scene like I've got happening right now to being a key light in your very own video. I couldn't recommend these more. That really, it just means your creativity is the limit of how you want to use these lights. And I've had them for over a month now, and I have loved every time using them. I want to use them on the shoots. I want to get them in there somehow. And just by a couple of these examples on the screen, you can just use them in any way possible. So please, your creativity is the limit in these. So I recommend pick one up. And if you can't and they're too expensive, I recommend then picking up the little Aputure MC RGB light. That thing is also super awesome, and it's only, I think, just over $120 or something. It's quite cheap, and it's pretty awesome, and it's RGB, and it can do all the same effects, if not more effects, because Aputure's awesome like that. So do recommend that if you're just after an RGB light as well. So yeah, just saying, I'm not sponsored by anyone, so I will just recommend brands and gear that I think is good. So if you need an RGB light, start with Aputure, work up to these neon light tubes, because they are fantastic. And if that's all too expensive, I recommend these little suckers back here, the IKEA lights, which I've got a video about right here, which you can check out. That's it from me. That's the neon lights. Let me know what you think in the comments below. These lights are awesome. I've never been so impressed with the product in a long time, except the 300D, which I just got. That's also impressive. Please subscribe once again. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.